Hey yo, how's it going everyone? Entropy here today with another stream. As we discussed on the community page, today we're going to be doing a Winter Circuit Qualifier recap stream where I will be going through my thoughts, my opinions, my experience, and go through the games to kind of go through the good plays, the misplays, and the rest of the plays. So I will take 5 just to set up the stream. Hey Peppermint, how's it going? Always good to have you here. Just gonna give me a few minutes to set this all up, and I will be good to go. So the setup here will be, I have my list first, and then I will change the list on the left side of the screen depending on the match. So I guess I'm just gonna talk from here. The Winter Circuit Qualifier 2 is open to sign up now. So if you haven't done that already and you want to qualify for the Winter Circuit, where every win is 1,000 gems and more, go do that. I think it's a great opportunity. Even if you're like a casual, you only play a few games here or there. It's free to join. The qualifiers are easier because you only need to bring 1 deck, so it's even more feasible. And at the very least, if you manage to qualify, well, you get some exclusive sleeves. So I think that is pretty cool. Tintin, what's up? Kai Kung, hello. Just let me set this up, or else YouTube will think this is some WWE card game or something else instead of Vanguard. So how's everyone doing? Did you join the tournament or compete in anything recently? I would love to hear your thoughts about the current meta game and how it's all set up. And let me know if the music's too loud, by the way. Vincent, they really love giving me SP Blaster Dark Diablo. Got 3. No non-SPs. I mean, I just keep my mouth shut and enjoy it, right? SP's good. Yeah. Did anyone watch the JP side of things? The JP competition side of things? Very intriguing to me, at the very least. What was really popular? Bermuda, of course. I play Bermuda too. We all know how broken it is. There's no brainer. Ban that shit. You have Granblue and Angel Feathers that were up there as well. Angel Feathers, Celestial, I've always said probably the better variant, and it's the most popular one. You just have the FC Stride, which does good work. You also have Granblue. There's a variant with just pure Night Rose stuff, and then you have one with the Legion. The pure one is more popular. Some decks that I thought would be good were like Messiahs or Gear Chronicles. They didn't really show, like maybe 2 or 3 here and there, but they weren't that popular. And that was surprising to me. But yeah, I mean, it's a metagame thing, right? Like if you expect a lot of Granblue, which just ducks under your front row locks and multi-attacks, then, you know, maybe Messiah isn't that big of that good of a call. So I can also see that. But for the global side, let's go back to the global side, because that's what most of you are interested in. Global side, this event, the qualifiers, when we signed up, we did not know one really important thing, and that is the choice restrictions are going to be off. They will not be relevant in the actual play of the tournament, the entire run. What that means is, yes, Grom and yes, like the cross and stuff, you know, technically it's still nerfed. Like, you still have to discard 1 in order to use the Legion skill, but the Groms you could play, the the Kuras you can play. There's a lot of stuff you could mix and match. You know, brawlers. I've seen on stream as well. I think some people brought brawlers, so it is something small to consider. It definitely does make a change on the play. It does not represent what is actually going on in the G-Set 3 meta to the best. 1-to-1, I think it's close enough, but the pre-nerf stuff definitely changes things. All right, so I'm done throwing out links on Facebook and all that crap. Let's get straight to the actual content. So, since it doesn't watch the competitive side, well, hopefully I can share some insights and maybe you could give it a try. Yeah, Gladiator, that Olivia, yeah, I was thinking about crafting it or not, and definitely worth it. I won so many games from it. Vanny Bermuda, yes, I am that guy. Remember, didn't qualify in the qualifiers because you kind of forgot about it. Well, maybe the second one. Tintin, next set's going to be Vanguard. Interesting. Any idea about the new set next month? For global, it's G-Set 4, which has like support for 6 clans, and then for it's like Gear Chronicle, Royal Paladin, Neo Nectars, Shadow Paladin, Link Joker, and Angel Feather new clan. So that's it. Should nerf duels PG spam? They honestly they should. All right, so let me just get straight to it. Thank you for swinging by, Kyoko. My list is on the left side of the screen. We are playing the Resist starter. It's great because I'm expecting a lot of Narukami. I'm expecting a lot of Kagero that will be able to snipe back row. The weakness of it is that it's GB1. The positive is that it gives you 1 draw compared to the original dual starter. And the 1 draw definitely really helps because I tend to break a lot because I'm a bad player. Grade 1 slots, we play 4 dual PGs because we can duplicate dual PGs. We play 3 Kuras because Kura good. I don't like playing 2 or 1 simply because it has the dual name. We don't have other units other than the PGs that have the dual name. So in some scenarios, I would actually dupe the Kura, not for the counter charge ability, but for the 5k boost, just to hit numbers. So that is something that I found useful. Did I actually use Kura that often? I think I've used it like maybe 2 or 3 times over 8 games, so it's not that important because we have strides now. It's no longer just so Legion centric, but it's still very good to have, especially when you go on to Nemuel and it's a grindy game. The Kura is definitely very useful. We have the 3 of the grade 1s that checked off 5 for a grade 3 when in Harmony, and we have 3 of the Stride Fodders. The Harmony, I would actually play at 4, just because it helps you out in that mirror match. This is something that I would change post-tournament. For the grade 2s, I play 4 of the Queen C, 4 of the... forgot the name. The Queen Cs have Resist, which is good. 4 of the ones that Legion with Nemuel, which is great because it helps you dupe another thing on the board. You have 4 of the Rone, which is still really great. This is my ideal ride target because it helps us dupe the PGs. And even if we get gear stuck, at least we get to do something. And we play 1 of the multi-attacker. Generally, if this was a Pro League match, I would play around with the 1 Rone and the 1 multi-attacker slot. Maybe play more Resist, maybe play more multi-attackers. But for this match, I just want to be focused on consistency. We're playing 8 matches with the same list, so I really value the Rone more than not. For the grade 3, we play 4 Nemuels, 4 Victorias, pretty standard, and 1 of the multi-attacker, which really helps extend our combos, 4 heal guards. We play 1 Lord and Savior Madu, which basically gives us a free stride and picks up a grade 3 of our choice, which can help us retrieve a Legion of the one you want. We play 1 Harmonics for the Link Joker matchup, but I've never seen it. 2 of the multi-attacker on hit, which is really important. I definitely play at least 2. 2 of the Fighters Collection stride, which helps us dupe something, which is also really good because another way of duping PG without counterblasting, it's basically a Rone. And 2 of the Olivia, the Generation Rare, which helps us end off games. Ideally, I would be playing 4 because it's so good. It helps you multi-attack, it helps you get a crit, and superior call stuff again. Helps you proc out skills like Queen C maybe to draw. Helps you proc out the grade 1 that helps you Harmony and check top 5 to +1. So it's very good. Definitely would play 4 if I had it, but I'm cheap and I'm poor, so that's that. I need to change this. Hold up. I need to get rid of this. There we go. Alright, sorry about that. Going back to the comments. Prestige not playing the dual crit. Dual crit, nah, not for memes. We're trying to win here. Tintin, Murakumo is so fun. I agree, Murakumo is nice. Spectre, Blaster, Diablo. Not sure. Nemuel is only really viable in tourneys, so I think it's okay for it to stay as it is. But personally, I definitely wouldn't be mad if it completely died out. Nemuel, I play it on ladder to practice like maybe once a week, just to refresh myself. It's pretty busted, I have to admit. Okay, so before we go to the games, again, I mentioned that the format, 8 rounds of Swiss. I expected there to be top cut, and we can't change lists. We have to submit lists beforehand. There is no choice restricted active. So that's basically it. Before going in, DF made a video about what he expects too. I expected a lot more Bermudas. I expected some Aquaforce. Mainly those two, honestly. Maybe Blade Masters, because the cross is too big brain for most global players. But yeah, so let's go into the games and see how they work. I'm gonna need to change up the list that I'm showing on screen right now. So game 1, we're going to be playing against TNS, as you can see. Hopefully this fits. It does not fit. There we go. Okay, so let's talk about their list first. So we get to see each other's list before we actually start the game. So this is important to know if you are planning to qualify. This is important to just get an idea of what your opponent's trying to do. Because, well, you get to play around with your mulligans, with a deck that can actually tutor cards like Bermuda. You need to know what you're searching for, right? Like if your opponent's playing like Kagero, for example, and they play like 4 Berserks, 4 this, 4 that, then you're gonna really aggressively search for the resists and Quaincies and whatnot, or the boosters, just to make sure you actually can hit numbers. But in most matchups like Aquaforce maybe, well, look at how many multi-attack options they have, and see what they do. You see that they're playing Resist Navas, which includes resist units. I don't know if that's the best idea in a Swiss tournament. Maybe if it's like a specific counter pick, maybe. But right now, I don't know about it. Let's see how it performs. Joshua doesn't like Nemuel. Yeah, that's just how it is. Just too poor for the G-Zone. Well, yep. Alright, I actually have all the games unlisted on YouTube. I will put up the playlist maybe later because I just forgot to put them in the playlist. But here we go. So this is game 1. We're just going to go into it. I'm going to skip through because you can check it out. So here, the mulligan. I am going to get rid of the grade 0 and the grade 3. We're going first, but I do want to see the Erone. I do want to see a PG so we can start doing some clone shenanigans. That was my mindset, but let's see if it actually works out. Of course, we have the Best Girl sleeves, and you gotta flex our Spring Circuit sleeves as well. Play Mirror and Ladder. Unfortunately, I don't have Mirror. I don't have the grade 3s or the Stride. So we do have the PG. Now I'm considering which one I should ride, the Stride Fodder or the grade 3 Searcher. Generally in this matchup, I would rather, in hindsight, maybe I would rather ride the grade 3 Searcher. The Stride is more important. Reason being is because I don't want to filter out my deck out of draw triggers or whatever, because seeing that defensive against Aquaforce is really helpful. But hindsight is 2020. I just decided for the Stride Fodder, I guess, which I argue is a small misplay, but doesn't really matter at the end of the day. We have the Rone, which is the great ride target. We don't have a grade 3, so be careful not riding something else besides Rone because your other grade 2s don't really do much. And if you call Rone to the Winter Circle, it could actually die and then you can't do anything. So we're going to draw a trigger, get the PG to our hand, we're going to dupe that. So getting set up already, very nice. We have 2 PGs. We have a bunch of Quaincies that doesn't matter in this matchup. But it's good, not bad, not bad. We're going to be careful not committing too much. We want to, just in case we get grade stuck and we can't plus anymore, we're going to make sure that we have some grade 2s for the next turns. Milo's, which is the resist for the Legion. Of course, you don't play the Legion leader though. Just playing this for the Legion, for the resist. Calling down the unit, just so they don't overdraw. We lose a PG here, which is really unfortunate. And we don't draw a grade 3. So this is going to start to be struggle street. I think we're going to keep cloning. Not going to commit as much just in case we don't draw into anything again. I'm going to dupe again just in case. I mean, there's nothing better to do. Just stock up on PGs so we don't die and give ourselves a chance. They heal, which feels bad, man. And they're going to ride stab us. Oh, did they? Yeah, they did. Title War, Yamati, start doing stuff. Should have committed a booster here so they can actually hit, but they can Title War hit and then Superior Call a booster, so it works out for them. We're gonna whiff again, and they're not gonna call anything. That's fine. We are still gonna be great stuck, so that is, you know, I'm like, game one, whatever. If I lose this, then I just drop out because I'm not interested in playing. I qualified anyways, whatever. Here I'm like, what can I actually do? I guess I have to actually just call stuff out and do something about it. Might clone a grade 2. Just so I can actually have something to hit with. And luckily we didn't draw trigger into the Quincy. I think there's only one copy left, so yeah. So luckily we do have a copy left. We're gonna copy the Quincy from the back row. And that means that we at least have some beaters for the turn after. And set up some intercepts to protect ourselves against their onslaught. So I'm not going to use the skill because we're afraid of overdrawing. In hindsight, probably just draw. Just hope to draw into the grade 3 so we can actually do something. It's not like we're going to see much anyways. Even if we draw the heal guard, at least it's 15k shield. But maybe saving the soul if we draw into Nemuel. I don't know. Questioning my own plays here. Going into tile board, not going into the Lambroke. You see they have 4 Lambros though. But maybe they're pitying me. I don't know. Because like their Diamantes is going to hit first. So this play is interesting, questionable play here. Especially because we're a 9k base. 9k base, they have 9k grade 2s. They restand as 14. You know, the numbers don't really match up, but it's okay. We are going to damage check grade 3 into Nemuel, so we finally have a grade 3 turn. This is our second turn that we're grade stuck. Gonna Title Bore, kill our grade 1. That is fine. They're gonna heal. That is not fine. Yeah, why not Lambros? I agree, Peppermint. They should have Lambros. 100% they should have Lambros. They have 4. You see they have 4. So we're just gonna ride. We're gonna stride. I think I'm just gonna go into a multi-attacker. Multi-attacker. Has to be a multi-attacker. Come on, bro. We're gonna dupe? What are we gonna dupe? No. Yes. Yes, yes. Good. Okay. Here we go. We multi-attack. We're gonna call down the Kura just for the body. I think we would use the starter for the draw. Maybe not. Maybe not. Yeah, we're just gonna swing. We're gonna swing and then multi-attack. We don't need to use the starter right now because Stava still has the retire skill, so having the resist at the back kind of 50-50s it rather than 100% kills that Kura. And also, even if next turn we want to Nemuel, we can always put the starter into the soul for the bounce for the Caramelast 2 skill. So I don't need the soul immediately actually. Here I could call out the multi-attacker to extend my combo, but I don't think I have the numbers on the right column. So I'm just gonna call something out here. Depending on what kind of pieces you have in the deck, you would choose grade 2s. In this matchup, it doesn't matter to have double resist in the front row because our opponent is not playing a front row retired clan, so don't need to worry too much about that. Should be Lambros right now. Yeah, going to Lambros. I think it's like bad habits. I think some players just have bad habits of not recognizing like, oh wait, my 9 + 5 hits 14? Like they may like what's it called? Muscle memory kicks in and kind of conflicts with the logical side. So I think the Lambros last turn was definitely a big misplay that gave us a chance to pick up. And they do their Lambros stuff. Little misplay here again as well. The resist here blocking. They were scared of triggers because you were at 4 and they didn't have scalers. I mean, that's fair, but I was 9. I don't know. They could see triggers too. I don't think they've shown a lot. When you can't do math, yeah. Like, because Lambros gives extra 5k, you have your starters to help you do shenanigans. And like even if I do hit triggers, they could always just stand the basal column and then give it 10k, and it's definitely going to be one more push, which, as you can see, if they got that one more push, would have finished the game. So that misplay definitely costed them the game. And then they do this thing, and then it's game over here. I have no choice but to just push for game. Like, there's no reason to Nemule anymore because I don't have PGs in my hand to loop. So I'm just gonna go Olivia, and then we have the multi-attack enabler, the grade 2. I forget the name, but we're probably gonna show it. Yeah, this one, and then we're just gonna push for game, and that's basically it. We can bounce and do stuff, but it's irrelevant at this point. So Olivia has an extra crit to hit over the heal guard as well, and then concede. So that's game 1. Honestly, grade stuck not fun. Yes, you can speak it. Yeah, you can speak it. I don't know why I didn't speak it. Yeah, should have speak it. Oh, yeah. But thank you. But yeah, game 1 is pretty terrible. The only reason why I won was because our opponent was bad. Like, just gonna put that out there. We didn't keep the grade 3, which is gonna haunt me. Which is why in the next few games you will see me holding on to the grade 3, like on dear life. Even though sometimes it's not optimal. And then our opponent misplays their stride, and we just somehow picked it back up after two rounds of being grade stuck. So that's basically game 1. Nothing too exciting. It just shows, you know, you don't need to loop to actually win games. Olivia wins games by itself. So that's basically it. Like, you could be playing any multi-attacking clan, and that's basically the same scenario. All right, have a good evening, Tintin. We're gonna go to game 2. Before we go, let me change the list real quick again. You need Lambros Tour. Yeah, Aquaforce needs Lambros. Game 2, we're gonna be playing the Mirror. Now the question is, what do they have here different? So they're going to be playing the duo starter, the one that does not need GB1, which I agree. What I do not agree with this list is playing less duos in your grade 2 slots when you are playing 8 legions. Definitely want more duos to dupe. They're playing 3 of the discard 1, draw 1. I used to play this too. I think it's terrible right now because, again, we're not reliant on Legion anymore. You have amazing stride options. Use your strides if you don't think you have a good Legion turn. So please don't. Play your Kuras, play your Soul Blast 2 draw 1s to help you not break. Very much more important to me than discard 1 draw 1 filter. Playing 3 of the Amelia looking, I think it's literally called Amelia. Resist. It's fine, but I would play it at 2 at most. I guess they really expected a lot of Kagero or Narukami, but even Kagero or Narukami, they have Draconic Overlord, they have the Great, they have Brawlers to hit over your resists. So at this moment, I don't even put that much weight into having like 8 resists. I don't think that's game changing. I don't think that automatically wins you the game. I would much rather have more consistency in the other matchups. Grade 3 slot, basically the same thing as I do. Playing 1 more of the on-hit instead of the Fighter's Collection, I think that's reasonable. And this match is 18 minutes long, so we're gonna skip past it. Just go through the good parts, I guess. Edric, what's up? Vanny, this is fun. The Bermuda Triangle Mirror. Yep, they have the Spring Circuit as well. Oh, let's go to our mulligan. Let's see how we mulligan. I think I'm gonna tilt. So we have the grade 3. I'm just gonna like probably just gonna be fine with this. Like I'm like grade 3, grade 1, grade 2, no grade stuck. Yeah, fine, close enough. RealZBD, you're learning on Bermudas right now. Chaos Messiah and Blade Master. Not a big fan of Chaos Messiah. Blade Master is still really good. Easy deck to play as well. I'm gonna ride the Kura. That's fine. If they commit more grade 1s earlier on to try to bully my Kura, I think it's to my advantage. But we'll see what they do. The good thing about, yeah, they're gonna call it the filter. They're gonna start filtering. That's fine. I guess filtering is helpful because you don't get grade stuck as often. But yeah, Edric get OTT cards on JP. Yeah, and the OTT event just came out last night for me, or this morning for you, depending on time zones. I do want the grade 2s because the resists don't matter in this matchup, and I'd rather get the counter charge to spam Nemule. Heal here is very good. Let's see, riding the resist. They play the mirror as well, which helps with getting grade stuck, because you do play 2 to 4 copies of these Stride Fighters. So if you do get grade stuck and you don't have any other options, you can go into the grade 3. Permanent, what's the general GR list for Messiahs in set 4? You pulled Amnesty this morning, which is very nice. I would say you either play the 4 Big Crunch variant, so it's 4 Big Crunch, 2 Amnesty, 1 Exelix, and 1 something else. And then you have the 2 Big Crunch variant, which is 2 Big Crunch. You play 2 Exelix, 3 Amnesties, and 1 something else. Probably the Fighters Collection Stride, or 1 more Amnesty. So you basically need to play ideally 7 GRs at least. It's not cheap. It's not cheap. So we're just gonna push here. They get to Stride first. They get the multi-attack. So I do want to just wall up a bit. And next turn we are gonna ideally Stride first anyways. Putting the mates to the deck also helps. We already have 2 copies. Duping them means that I'm only gonna get at most 2 from the deck. I'm not even sure how many copies are left in the deck. So I'm just playing very safe. Being a bit influenced from the game from last game, just because I was so tight with the grade stuck and just not very doing so well. So they're gonna use a Shizuku, grade 3, gonna add some grade 3s to their hand. Gonna do some shenanigans, multi-attack. Discard 1, draw 1, discarding the heal actually. And we're gonna draw into the grade 2 main. Luckily we do have 2 in the drop zone that we can put back. But the question is, do we Stride or Legion here? And honestly, Legioning here can ask for lethal because we do have the crit. And I think that's what I'm going with. Yeah. So Legioning here gives us the crit. So we can actually ask for 1 PG or heal guard. They did aggressively discard the heal guard, so I'm expecting them to have a defensive. But we'll see. We'll see. Choosing to put the mate instead, so we can actually get 2 copies. Anubis, what's up? Have you been... You kinda in class? Well, skip class. Exactly, Vanny. No. Stay in class. You can always watch this later. GRs with G Persona really sucks. I agree. It's terrible. Like, it's sad. Namuel gets 2 copies, which gives us 2 draws plus countercharge and a crit. So we're gonna basically just commit and try to ask for... Oh, we're not gonna ask for lethal. I guess we know that they have the PG, so... Or expect that they have the PG, so rather try to heal. Because how many heals do we have? I should check trigger count. Did I check? 4 heals left, so I guess that's like what, 4 and 20? 4 and 20, that's like what? 20% chance of healing? I think that's not bad, but here we're a bit dangerous actually. Cause if they have Olivia and they see some triggers, they could win. Because we don't have PGs, we don't have heal guards, so. Yeah, 7 GRs for Messiahs. It's rough, but like that's ideal. That's ideal. BTB, it's 18 minutes only. It's not half an hour. That's fine. Anubis, you just had a presentation? That's nice, that's nice. Hope you did well. So I'm just like panicking. They heal, they get the crit. Okay. Hopefully we see a heal as well. We see a draw. Oh, we see a heal, of course, in her hand. And then I think next turn is the... Well, they're gonna keep discarding the heals. Okay, then. We see the PG, we're like... We're gonna do PG, right? There's no way not to do PG. We can also ask for lethal as well with the crit. Are we gonna reride? Reride to Legion back stuff from the drop zone? What do we have in the drop zone? I wish I could check, but I can't right now because this is recording. So we're just not gonna reride. It's fine. We're gonna dupe. Okay. Are we gonna dupe? Oh, yeah, we're dupe the grade 1. We should have kept the grade 2 in our hand, but I was afraid of overdrawing. Math is hard. 2, 3, 6, 8. Yeah, we should have just kept the grade 2 in our hand so we have countercharge 2. But math is hard. We're gonna call it on the 7K. So we have 27 to ask for 2 heal guards or PG for this move. Just try to gradually push some stuff out. So we have 3 PGs and 1 heal guard, which is a very much better than last turn. So, Peppermint, you spent 20k gems to get 5 GR, so not looking too likely. Any budget options? At least you should play 2 Amnesty and 1 Exalix. So, yeah. The one I have on JP right now is 1 Exalix, 2 Amnesty, and then 2 Big Crunch, and then Fire's Collection Strides or the on-hit, or Harmonics. And the reason why you play Harmonics is because against the mirror match, your Amnesty has to attack Vanguard to actually do the unlocking. So in Zero, it's actually not as good as in the TCG. So you still might want the Harmonics handy just in case. Just to counteract the Big Crunch locks or whatever. So they're going to do their thing. I think it's going to be grindy. But they're not going to commit grade 2 and grade 2. They're just going to have a grade 3 there. Are we going to rewrite? Yeah, we're going to rewrite, loop the PGs. Just do the same thing. Yeah, loop PGs. And then we're just going to ask for lethal. And then we're just going to keep doing that. They're going to see a PG in the damage. Hermit, you're going to try to get Big Crunch? Yeah, Big Crunch good. Big Crunch good. They're going to do their stuff. But I don't think they can do PG. They're going to call up the Ronies. Blah, blah, blah. They're going to heal again. Okay, then. I'm checking what I have, and I'm like, maybe it's time to stride. Maybe it's time to stride. What am I... yeah, on hit. We're going to try to end the game. No grade 3s. We can't choose to use the starter, but then I guess we will. But the weakness is that it means that we might lose out on a booster. But it's okay because we drew the grade 3. I think this is a misplay. We should have called out the grade 3. I just forgot how Harmony works. So yeah. Flak 36, what's up? We're gonna on hit and we're gonna try to multi-attack. I mean, doesn't make a difference. This is a misplay. We should have called on the grade 3 instead of the grade 1. So we have 11 and then 16. But I'm not gonna use the Soul Blast because we don't have the starter anymore and we do want to use the Nemuel maybe. They're going to use the on hit. So, a little bit questionable. Maybe they should have went for the Olivia. They probably should have, because 11 needs to hit 11. So this is another one of those, I got off by the thin of my hair because my opponent misplayed. And that's basically game. If they used Olivia, they probably have game. They have a much better shot at game, at the very least. But they're just going to keep stacking heals, and that's fine. We have the defensives. I think we're going to stride into Olivia, and we're going to go for game. We have Spica again. Spica of the Devil. The on hit here, I don't think it procs because we don't have Harmony again. I forget how Harmony works, but that's okay because we don't need to be good at this game. We're just going to call it the Spica, and we're going to misplay because 14 doesn't hit 16, but it's okay. I don't think they have PGs or, I think I checked. I don't think they have PGs or anything left. So that's why I was confident enough to... I actually think they do. Yeah, well, trash plays, but doesn't matter. Won the game. That's what matters. And there you go. So just misplays. Misplays on both ends. But I think I misplayed less overall. Basically, the deck is just asking you to... remember the PG? Yeah, let's get more of those. Remember Legion? Yeah, let's Legion more. That's basically the game. Pretty bad game, honestly. Not the best moment, but hopefully the next one is better. Hopefully the next one is better. Let's go into game 3. We're finally going to see something different. We're going to see Kagero, which we will see quite a bit down the line as well. This list, what can I say about this list? This is a Blade Master list that plays Striken. I think that's the biggest differentiator. Striken is good when you're going first. Because if you're going first with Blade Master, you're not doing much. You're just waiting to stride the next turn. So I can see the Striken, you're damage denying some decks that need the counter blast. That's very fair. That's very fair. You could also restand with the Great, I guess, but it's not as good as the Strike in the end combo. Duos is kind of hard to play, I guess, but it's more like you need only a little bit of practice and it's a deck that doesn't brick as much as other decks. So if you know how the deck works, then the deck will perform. Striking is also a decent rear against Aquaforce. That's true. 10k body, very nice against those 9ks that you usually see. Peppermint Striking really would not be my first pick for Blade Master. Not me too. Yeah. When you're going second, it's awkward. You just choose to not ride it, I guess. If you can. Yeah, it's just one deck, so it's easy. You don't have to think. You don't have to really care about it. Relativity, would you say that the tournament ran much smoother than previous ones? Yes, but the only reason why is because this is best of 1. During the actual finals, it's best of 3. It's gonna be terrible. I'm promising you it's gonna be terrible. The positive is that everyone and their mom's gonna ban Bermuda, so each individual game is probably gonna be shorter. The negative is that we're playing 2 games instead of 1, and I expect that to be long. People need to use brain. Like, oh, which one should I counter pick? You know, that's just me. That's just me. I don't know. Do people usually think when playing this game? I don't know, but that's just how I feel. And also, there's gonna be top cut, so I'm expecting the finals to be at least a 12-hour event. This is a 6-hour event. We'll see. Anubis, Entropy, for a competitive Bermuda Triangle deck, do you see it mandatory to have a copy of the Bermuda Triangle GR? Oh, it's mandatory to have at least 2. Like, I played Bermuda competitively before I had 2 GRs, and I lost a lot. After getting the Olivia, I won games that I wasn't supposed to. So, yeah, 100% play 4 if you have 4. Struggling, but still a very good deck if you don't have it. You wouldn't ban Bermuda because, yeah, well, we're gonna keep that hush-hush between you and me. Don't want to spill the beans. Just gonna stay silent, you know? Kyoko, Vanquisher or Blade Master? In this meta, I would go with Blade Master. Actually. People overrate the bind ability of Narukami's. I'd much rather have the Dragonic Overlord or the Great to hit over the resist. I'd much rather have the Ace. I'd much rather have Root Flare that beats resist. So Kagero is my pick. You don't need to think if you play duos. Well, if you're stupid, you forget to pay. You forget to do PG. Then you get good. You get good. Damn it, Pale Moon. Yo, don't spill the beans. 26 of you. Pale Moon is disgusting. I'm not doing a video on it because Different Fight posted one. Questionable plays on his video, but the deck is busted. I'm tempted. I don't want to do a video because I don't want people to really give it a go. So yeah, Pale Moon's really good. Skill deck, very good. Relativity. I know I tried to use Vanquisher in the first open and it didn't went well. Yeah, I think people overrate it. Yeah. IGS, please bring back universal packs. Yeah, well, all the begging. I've been begging for half a year now. Who cares about me? Who cares about us? I don't know what they're thinking. Brandon Walters, what's up? Does Bermuda have any bad matchups? I think if you don't know what you're doing, I think Aquaforce, Kagero, Narukami, those 3 will be painful. Because Kagero can play around resist decently well and kill your pieces before you can dupe them. Aquaforce can multi-attack you before you can actually, you know, duping PGs only block out. Duping PGs win games against 3 attack decks. Aquaforce is more than a 3 attack deck, so you need to be careful about that. And Narukami, if you don't have the GRs and you're reliant on legioning, you will probably lose, especially if you don't go second. So that's basically it. The thing about Vanquisher is that you can retire all front rows you want, but at the end of the day, you can only attack 3 times. Yeah. And also, you have to switch into the Legion, which can hurt. You don't have the stride skills anymore, and You know, it's too situational, I think. It's too situational. And your rearguards don't scale up, so it is a bit awkward if your opponent's not at 5 yet. But alright, let's go back to this game. Let's see how we do against Kagero. If you are a Bermuda Triangle player and you want to learn, I'd say the Root Flare, it only can retire the entire column if you have a non-resist unit in the column, right? So if you have one column with 2 resist units, you're safe, you're Gucci. If you have one column with only 1 resist unit, that column is also very safe, you're also very good. So keep that in mind. Keep in mind they have overlords. Be careful of counterblast management. You have Nemule, you have Olivia. These units can have extra crit, which can damage their opponent from being able to use counterblasting 3 on the overlord. So just keep these 2 things in mind, and the game should be smooth enough. Yeah, it should be smooth enough. The real ZBD, especially when you're in the meta for these qualifiers where you have brawlers around and they're the superior build. No, I don't think brawlers is the better build. I disagree with that. I disagree with that. Like, what does brawler do better? What does brawler do better? Alright, we're gonna skip through this. Nothing much to say. They're gonna ride the strike in. They're going first, which makes sense. If they're going second, they would probably ride the Neo Flame. But not using the Conroe. That's interesting. Not like we can retire it, but still. We're gonna call up the intercepts just to block out the strike in, force them to commit 2 rearguards in order to actually use the extra crit to pressure us. And this is especially good against Kagero because they don't really draw much earlier on to the game. So they're gonna have to commit 2 of their 4 cards in hand just to be able to swing our face with a crit. We don't mind taking the damage. It's how it is. They're gonna use the Conroe, search for a booster, I think, just in order to actually hit over the intercept to actually use a strike in, which is why I'm not a big fan of using the strike in anymore. But I can see why you could. At full power with Phoenix compared to Vanquisher, it's not full power because you don't get the 1 draw with Big Bad Knuckle Buster. So, I don't think so. I don't think so. I've playtested the deck a lot as well. And if you don't take my word for it, you can take the word of results as well. Like, I don't think a single brawler deck has actually topped. People still like it because it's fun, but it doesn't have the prowess it used to. Revenger is probably the most balanced meta deck. I think so. You have the draw, you have the multi-attack, you have the retire, guard restrict sometimes, crit pressure. I think it's good. I think it's good. Alright, here we go. What do we choose to strat into? I'm concerning the Nectaria just to dupe a intercept. But probably going to the Somni for the multi-attack. Our opponent's low on cards already. This way, even if we can't pressure face, we can still pressure and remove the opponent's rear guards. They don't have pieces to attack us. We win, right? We're gonna top deck into grade 2. Resist, very nice. We're gonna probably keep the starter. Oh, we're not gonna keep the starter. We're just gonna try to draw, I guess. Keeping the starter is also good, just because resist is good in this matchup, but I guess we choose numbers instead. Here, calling down the 11k and then recalling the 9+2 is probably better. I think this is a slight misplay. It's a misplay for sure. Should have called the grade 3 first, and then return the grade 3, call down the grade 2, and then attack into the rear guard, which is the same thing. I guess this move lets us get the Karamas 1 +1 draw 1, which is fine as well. But I do think that maybe calling down grade 3, pushing for 1 more damage is better. Drawing into the heal, which is fine because we're ahead in damage anyways. What's up, Nitro? Going good. We're just recapping the trash games we had. Real ZBD, Vanquisher felt way too slow for you in the tourney, didn't went well. I think maybe tweaking around with some of the choices. Like I definitely like Death Scythe because it lets you remove some of the pieces that your opponent might have that is popular in the meta. So Edric, Pale Moon is good for the crit and stand. Draw is bad, you deck out. What do you mean Pale Moon for crit and stand? Are you playing Hari? Don't play Hari. Don't play Hari. Huh. Abel, do you think the ace is necessary in Blade Master or just go with 4 Root Flare? Honestly, I think 4 Root Flare is easier to play with. Opponent's going to be desperate. Going to go into the Overlord. And they're just gonna swing, swing, swing. 9K is not gonna hit though, which is a shame. Going into the Mustafa, I don't know why they should have just went into the on hit to kill the 7K. Yeah, and they should have just went for the on hit. Like why did they go into Mustafa? It's like if they have 4 Mustafa maybe, but they only have 1 Mustafa. So this is just bad play. This is just bad play. Vanny, but you only have Root Flare? Very, very poor. Poor, poor, poor. I feel this circuit is going to be nothing but mermaids. I am confident with one deck that can beat out mermaids consistently. Alright, here what are we gonna do? We're gonna do PG, right? Like opponent only has 2 cards in hand. Are we gonna stride into Olivia to finish this? Or okay. Okay, we're just gonna finish this. I guess our opponent only has 1 grade 2. Just end the game. I don't know. I don't know. Yeah. The good thing, right? Like the good thing about knowing that this is meta, and having played the deck, I kind of get the gist of what can beat the deck. So yeah. Is the Bermuda Triangle grade 2 triple rare necessary? You only have 1. Which you mean Spica? Spica I definitely would play more. You want more just to figure out what works for you. And triple rares aren't hard to come by anyways. The grade 3 rear guard, very helpful as you can see. Helps you multi-attack. And then you can use Olivia as well. And that's basically game. Alright, we're going to call stuff out here. Just going to call stuff out. And we have the crit. And we're going to put the power. We should have put the power on the Vanguard for 31 to hit over the heal guard. So this is a misplay. But that's okay because our opponent's probably going to lose here, right? Nope, they're going to 6 damage heal on us. But that's okay. We have 3 heal guards. We have 1 PG. And then they're going to stride. They're going to go into the ace. Which, remember, look at their G-zone. Look at their G-zone. They could have went with, anything except for the ace. And they could have actually done something. Maybe a Root Flare to kill out that column. Maybe they could have went into the Fighters Collection double rare stride to kill off the Nemu on the back row. Maybe even Harmonics to save the ace. But look at this scrub. Look at the scrub not doing anything. And then we have all our heals in our hand. But it doesn't matter. We're going to Legion. And we're going to win. We're going to hit that 27k number just to hit over that 6 damage shield because they still have 1 heal. And they lose. Look, the reason why I'm BMing so much is because they went onto the Qualifier chat. Remember, this man, 6 damaging healing and all that misplays, and they called me a scrub for sacking. They were like, oh man, I bricked, I sacked. And then I was like, lol, 6 damage heal, and then exited the chat. I don't like bad blood, but I'm not gonna just take it one-sided. So, you see their misplays, right? You know what I'm talking about, right? Like, you see the game, you can make your own judgment. There are pretty much some misplays here and there very often. Choosing the strike-in when you don't have rear guards to hit over intercepts is not great. So, game 3. Easy game. Game 4, this is Buddy's game. I did not deserve to win this game. This is the best game of the entire circuit. How's Hari doing on the JP ladder? Silverthorn's better. Silverthorn's better. Hari's fun though, but I don't have the deck. I only see people play it, but people are just jumping on the Gramblue train because Gramblue's better, I guess. But I kind of like Luna more, So yeah. Manny, spill the Bermuda weakness. Bermuda weakness is stupid players that don't know how resist works, don't know their matchups, and 9k intercepts and reliance on PGs. Basically said what they're good at, but because they're good at it, people rely on it. So that's how it is. I think that a lot of people, including myself, still misplay with it just because the games are probably 2 times the duration of normal games, so the amount of games you get in is probably less. So you get less experience. It's frowned upon to play the deck. Yeah. Like, would I still ban Bermuda? I would. But if I see something else that I'm more scared of, I would definitely ban that instead of Bermuda. Anubis, have you ever thought about being a commentator for the Vanguard Zero circuits? Well, nobody asked me, you know, so, yeah, I think DF and Kai, they have more professionalism, they have more experience, so they have that going, but I definitely, personally, I do think that I have more experience in-game, so I mean, I could, but you know, I'm not being asked, so. Real ZBD, Vanguard people who treat an L like that annoy me. Sometimes you lose. Just, you know, it's just a game, bro. That's just what it is. But I'm not gonna take it one-sided. If you wanna talk shit, I will talk shit, right? You will get Harry just for having the cards when it comes to global. Try it and then go back to silver thorns. Yeah. I would like to give Harry a go. I only have one copy in JP. I didn't grind much on JP recently, so yeah. I wish Neo's got more support from Musketeers. Musketeers I've been playing around with. Cecilia seems interesting. I've never actually successfully made it work with the extra crit and whatnot, but it's quite fun trying to make Musketeers work. But I think the Asha stuff is definitely better. Siafi, is Gold Paladin Liberator still relevant? Gold Paladin in overall is not too relevant, unfortunately. Hari's power deck is add triple rare and Jur. Not sure what you mean by that. Can you explain? Ubi, Entropy curious about what decks you brought. Oh, you only play one deck in this, so I'm playing Bermuda. Anubis, you have such a good feeling to pull the Cecilia combo, but you don't multi-tech. The crit you can get off Elvira and something else, so yeah. Voice crack. Alright, buddy J. Stan of Zura. Well, after I take this W, they should change the title of Stan of Entropy, I hope. But no, I think Buddy is a really good player. Consistently tops on ladder. Oh shit, ready? Come on, why is it not charging? Hold up, guys. Why are you not charging? Oh no, there's 8% left. I hope I don't die. If the stream dies, you know it's because my stupid ass doesn't know how to charge. It's not charging. We have 8% left. Why is it not charging? Oh, it's charging now. Okay, we good. All right, let's go back to the commentary, and hopefully my computer doesn't die on me. Liberator, no on JP. Nobody plays that, unfortunately. I think it's interesting. You could play around with Legion, because Gold Paladin doesn't have Legions besides Liberators, so the Gurgit deck decks out a lot, but you know, without Legion, it feels pretty weird. We're just gonna call the Rone. We're gonna call the Grade 2s. We're gonna try to we're gonna try to punish them for being aggressive. And we're gonna heal, which is great. We're gonna hit that 19k column, so guarantee that that 2 damage in, unless our opponent heals. There's no reason to use the Rone here. We're going first, which does feel bad, especially because we can't do PGs. But they do see a PG in the damage, and we're gonna kill at 7k. So let's see what they're gonna do. Monkey deck, very fun. Oh, you know when I originally signed up for this, because I already qualified through the rank season, right? I was just gonna play MLB, just play around with luck, not play anything too meta. But then I was like, damn, I feel like I need a resume booster right now. The gems, I'm pretty poor. I kind of need the gems, so I decided to actually play with Bermuda. We're going to go into the Nemuel, which is the ideal ride target. I don't know if we're going to call anything out here. Maybe calling out the Grade 2 here is risky, bro. Why am I overcommitting? I'm scared. I guess I'm just scared. It's not good. Seeing a trigger here, we could push for 2 damage, but we don't. Real ZBD, since you have 4 root flares into the ace, you wonder what you should swap out for the aces. Thinking about swapping out to the other G flip destroyer. Honestly, honestly, I just play. I play 4 Root Flare. If you want to play the aces, then you would be playing 2 of the Ferris Collection Double Rare instead of the Mustafa. I guess. Gotta say you agree with this list. I agree. I think this list is great. You have 1 extra Basil-esque Basil clone. It's worse, but it's fine and it enables 4th attacks. So it feels good. Feels good. I like it. I like the list. You play the Great Researcher to consistently go into your Thavas so you don't lose out games when you miss. I agree. I like the consistency. You know, and you when someone plays like many games, just you should be skilled enough to just Paladin deck. All you need is consistency. You don't need that little Harrowly here with the new starter and whatnot. Joshua, you played MOB. Very nice. It's really fast games, very fast, you know, very fast Ws. I really enjoy it. But I think the weakness is that if your opponent knows what you're doing, then it can hurt a little. Like if it's like we don't know if it's Jewel Knights, we don't know if it's Alt Mile Pure, we don't know if it's MOB. I think that definitely gives you an advantage. So here you can see heal. I definitely got super lucky in this matchup. Oh, and then I finally noticed I wasn't recording the sound. So then I turned off, I turned on the music. So we're finally gonna get some gameplay music here. Well, FC medals are great. The M in Entropy stands for money. I wish. Peppermint, yeah, I think Scalers are best for Savas because Lambros is the win plan, so you have to invest in it. For sure, I agree. You want the consistency in getting the 4th attacks to actually activate Thavas and activate Lambros. You want your draw. You want your Scalers, just to make everything work. You know, you don't need to do anything special. You just need to do what you need to do, good enough, and you should win the game. Good enough. Anubis got anytime you see builds with more than 2 copies of GR, you feel a pit in your stomach and wallet as a free to play. Don't you spend money on the game? I don't want to call you out on that one, but Real ZBD, Lambros is so nerve-wracking because of how they pressure you. Yeah, look, 4th attacks in, that's already big enough. But then Lambros, or like Title Board, or like you get the extra retires and all, that's scary. Magnum Assault as your last grade 2. Magnum Assault is fine. Depends on what you value. You can reset the Magnum Assault and then get 1 more swing in. So, but definitely not a 4-off. Yeah. The reason why I muted it is because when I was playing this, it's around 12 p.m. my time, so I was cooking lunch, I was eating lunch, watching TV, and then after that I was playing Unstable Unicorns while playing this. So I was muting it because I didn't know if I was going to do a recap, and I didn't notice it because, you know, hearing the gameplay like this music in the background while watching TV isn't that fun. So, but then here I think at this point I'm playing Unstable Unicorns, so no need to pay attention to dialogue on TV. No, that's the real version. That's the real reason. There's no intent. I mean, I can mute it right now. That would be intentional, but yeah, playing a lot. Like I can't focus for 6 hours, bro. These games are too long. How can I do that? Safi, what are weaknesses for Narukami and Kagero? You hate when they bind their card. It depends on what your deck is, right? Like, general rule of thumb is play resists. Play aggressively earlier on before they can spam their retires and stuff. I don't know. They don't draw much, so if you can make them burn their own resources early, then it would make it very helpful. So we're super desperate here. Like, what am I supposed to do here? What am I supposed to do here? So we're just gonna Legion. We're gonna dupe the PGs, and I'm like, well, they have Lambros next turn. What am I really doing here? Don't play Bermuda for short games. Wow, big brains. The thing is though, I can misplay with Bermuda and still do fine. trying to get your last Glendios before the pack vanishes. Ah, Glendy. Mean Glendy. Ban Vanquisher if you play multiple Legion next. Unfortunately, you can't ban in this tournament, but I would agree. So I'm like, look. Can I go back? Can I go back? Okay, they have 1 heal and 1 PG shown. And like, there's like no way I could actually win this, right? Because holding 3 PGs in hand, well, Basil hits, that's 1 PG. Rearguard hits, that's another PG. Rearguard hits, that's another PG. Lambros hits, well, that's game. They restand. 6 damage shield? Oh wait, I don't have heals. Well, feels bad. Feels bad. So we're just gonna commit the PG and go for game. I hope they don't have a PG. They only have 4 cards in hand. Like, what can they do? What can they do? That's sack. Ah, PG. And I'm like, well, that's it. That's it. That's my first W. L. You know, close enough. You know, we misplayed quite a bit until this point. But he's a good player. They deserve it. That's it. That's game. But then they go into the Ambros, and I'm like, yeah, 100% it's over. I'm just gonna focus on my unstable unicorns. And then they call this like Basil. He called this sport. And then at this point, I went from like depressed to like, what the fuck? I have a shot because their Thavis doesn't proc to kill the PG. Their Basil doesn't proc to multi-attack. They should have used the Basil to multi-attack. You know, to at least proc Lambros. And if they use the Basil just to attack base, pull up the grade 1 to the front, 15 to rearguard to 9, 7 to Vanguard, and then use Lambros to restand, they could have won that game, I think. But here, they chose not to. They're just going to swing rearguard. They have 2 intercepts. Still looks good for them. Still looks good for them. Still looks good for them. We're going to draw into the heal guard, which means that we could have 6 damage shield. So I take that back. We could have 6 damage shield. But Buddy is like 5,000 IQ. He's like, yo, Entropy could 6 damage shield. We're just gonna ruin his board so we can have a safe return. And I can respect that. I can respect that. Yeah, the next card was a heal. Look at this. Would have been 6 damage shield. That's just how it is sometimes. I'm like, do we dupe the PG? Like, what do we do? I guess we dupe the PG. We get 1 copy back to our hand. We get another copy from the deck to the hand. And then we're just gonna call stuff out, and we're gonna ask for a game again. Do we ask for a game? We have 3 PGs and 1 heal guard. Well, we're gonna keep the PGs. And we're just gonna add the Victoria, because we don't have the Counterblast for the Namuel actually. So that's fine. And, well, they have 2 PGs. They have 3 heals. So what's that? That's like, what, 5 out of 5 cards that they need. They just need 1 of them in their 3-card hand, so I'm not too comfortable committing the PGs. And given that they didn't manage 4th attacks last turn, being able to kill the 2 Basils, being that I'm comfortable that even if they survive this turn with a defensive, they probably don't have a 4th attack enabler to beat through the 3 PGs. So last turn I committed it because I thought I had no chance anyways. This turn, given that I know they don't have a 4th attacker, I think keeping it is the best play. You're still asking for lethal, you have to commit the heal guard, but it's a chance to win, and we still are safe with 3 PGs, given that I don't expect them to be able to 4th attack. So they're just gonna strike. Let's see what they're gonna go into. Going to the Tidal Boar. They don't expect to hit, they just want the 26, that's fine. Maybe going into the retired one would be better, just to kill out the Shizuku, so that's 1 less thing we have. But I think they can always use the Savas. Alright, we're just gonna PG, we're gonna PG this. They have a PG go to the bottom, so we know 1 PG is down. And we're gonna PG this. Oh, they're gonna hit the rear end. Okay. So this turn, I think we're gonna go into Olivia, and I think we're gonna try to go for game. There's no other options. We have to try to push. They have 1 heal and 2 PGs left. We know 1 PG's at the bottom of the deck. So at most in hand, I mean, it's 1 defensive. They could 6 damage heal. Olivia is the play to go. We're just gonna set up the board, and Buddy J gives up. So yeah, I only won because our opponent bricked with this board. So again, I got passed with I just got passed by a small margin. That was basically a game. This is my favorite game. You hate to see it, but you know, like we didn't draw particularly well too, but I guess we found an opening and we took advantage of it to the best of our abilities, and sometimes that's just how it is. Sometimes it's a 1 card difference, so that's how it is. Yeah. All right. So let's go to game 5. Game 5. We're going to go back to Kagero. There's monkeys. Monkeys easy. Go first. Let's talk about the list. They are going to be playing Blade Master. They're going to play 1 Overlord. They're going to play 1 of that weird grade 3. They're going to play 6 12k beaters. They're going to play 3 10ks. They're going to play 2 whatevers. I saw this list and I was like, you know, as long as I'm not stupid, it seems like a pretty, should be an easy game. Should be an easy game. They don't really have a lot of consistency in that grade 2 lineup. The grade 3, they're not playing 2 Overlords at least. You probably want to play 2. Maybe they don't have it, but I really doubt it because they have the view coupon to exchange for that 1 copy at the very least. And no on hits, which is a weird. I mean, yeah, they have the on hit, but I mean overall, I see the grade 2, grade 3 lineup, and I'm like, no, it shouldn't be a hard match, honestly. Some of us can't really do anything when your opponent's at 4 and you don't have a 4th attacker. So rather just, you know, grind them out. I guess that's fair. Rank climb, it's okay. It's still early on the season. Generally, later on the season, the lower rank you are, the more extra points you get. So it should be easier later. Here, I'm gonna return some units just because I don't see a grade 3. And the reason, generally I wouldn't, but the reason again, game one when I got grade stuff, that is scary. One thing to note is that each win, right? You get matched up with people that also won the equivalent amount of games. So this player has also been 4-0. I don't know how, but they're also 4-0. So in hindsight, it's wrong for me to underestimate them. But maybe it's just like matchups or whatever. You never know. That's Vanguard sometimes, I guess. I'm just gonna click play. I'm gonna ride the Kura. Let's see what they're gonna do. They're gonna ride their Grom, just the clone. It's gonna swing. We don't have grade 2s again. We're gonna ride the Rone. Again, it's the ideal ride target because if you don't have any other grade 2s, at least if you don't have grade 3s, at least your Rone is gonna be stuck on the board, and you can spam it. Edric, have a good evening or morning. Goodbye. Time to cancel. Cancel me. Yeah, I'm tired of this game. 14 plus 5, 19. Hits that 5k. They see the trigger as well, so luckily we did see one. That weird intercept killer, that booster, the rearguard killer. Use the Congo now, probably search for a PG. Against this matchup, you don't really need to search it that early. The only reasons why you would is because you have the counter chargers maybe. But saving that search for later never hurts because you never know what something else you need in the game. Like Bermuda doesn't have retire, so we don't have grade 3s, but we do have the PG, and we're gonna top back into Nemuel, which is perfect. It's perfect. We have grade 3s. I like grade 3s. I think we're gonna just call out one grade 2. So we're gonna save one for duping. Yeah, we're gonna save one for duping or for the next turn, at least. And then they're gonna overdraw. Blade Master can't retire. They resist. They're going to harmonics. which is fine because our whole board has resist. I think this is the right one. 12k hits. That's very nice. I think that's the pro of playing more 12ks. You don't need to commit back row. But they're overdrawing, so they might as well have been committing back row. Again, we don't retire, so they don't need to worry about that. We're gonna just, I think we're gonna Legion, right? We should be Legioning here. Just spam PG, win games. Are we gonna stride to multi-attack? Oh, we have the, what's it called? We have the Nectaria. Nectaria, we can build a 11k column with the starter. With the PG, we have a 9k column. And what that means is that we can 11 into 9, 9 into 9, Nectaria into Vanguard, pop the PG back to hand, and that way we can do PG. We can do PG. Actually, okay, we're gonna use the starter to dupe the PG, and then Nectaria to add another PG to our hand. I think that's, yeah. Good job, me. Good job, me. That's a good play. Yeah, keep things safe. We're just gonna pop another PG, add that to our hand. So we have 3 PGs, 2 heal guards, and 1 stride water, so we can stride next turn if we want to. We're gonna stride into the Mahmoud, which is I think the right stride. I think that's the right stride. Gonna call down the boosters, which maybe they should have done last turn. Gonna call down the Grom, which is not necessary, but can be fine. I guess attacking with Vanguard first lets them check heals, so that's good. It's me! What's up, 2Mellow? What's up? What's up? On the heal, they can scale with the boosters. They can hit, they can heal. I think that's the right play. We're gonna triple trigger. Look at the deck count. They're at 9 cards left. That's crazy. That's crazy. They're gonna Rone, they're gonna Mahmoud. That's 21, that's 31, and that's gonna push us to 5. Plus asking for a PG or a heal guard, actually. This is pretty bad, but they're only at 2 cards left. So yeah, we should be striding here. Well, what are we legioning for? There's nothing we can legion for. There's 1 PG, I guess. We can like search for 1 PG, but I'd rather be striding. So at least we can try to draw into a grade 2. Try to get the on hit. Yeah, get the on hit. Get the on hit, bro. My dude doesn't work here. Yeah. Tumelo doing good, feeling slightly better. That's good. That's good. That's good. It's good to know. Brandon Walter, big brain. Big brain. What big brain? Me only has tiny brains. Nemuel, search for a grade 3 so I can actually have a meter. We do search for 1. That's nice. Call down another one. Call down another one. This help us get our meters. We get another one. Nice, nice. So we can actually legion back. So 1 more options. 11 to 10, 11 to 11, 26 to 16. Bounce, and then we're gonna attack 1 more time. Put the power to the booster so you can actually retain it for your next attack. We're gonna heal, which is great. This is great. 17. And we're gonna bounce the Nemuel because I'd rather have Nemuel and Victoria in our hand so we can actually choose. We can call out the Himari, that's the name, I guess, to have the Harmony to actually bounce the Victoria on the right side in order to multi-attack. Is it a big play? It's not really. But our opponent is going into 5 anyway, so it's not like we're going to have another chance to use our on hits. And killing the Grom is better than nothing, I guess. We do have the counterblast. We have 4 open ones, so it is fine. We're just going to call out the Victoria. The reason why the back row isn't proccing is because it's once per turn. If you bounce into a hand and then play it out again, then it would proc again. But here we go. Our opponent's at 5 cards left. Probably should go into Legion at this point. They haven't shown. They've shown 1. They've shown 2. 1 in damage, 1 in drop zone. So let's see what they're going to go into. If they stride here, they'd be going into 4-card deck, and then it'd be very dangerous. So going into the great. At this point, I feel great because we don't have any intercepts, so the restand is pretty meaningless to us. It's not going to put us much pressure. We have 3 PGs, we have 1 heal guard, and then we still have some grade 3s to make plays with. They're going to Legion. They're gonna swing to face. They're not gonna restand because that means drawing into 2 more cards, which is bad. They can choose to retire, but they're not because it's gonna kill their 1 intercept that they have. They're just gonna swing. Here, not sure why they would swing 15 into face because we're 16. Should have hit into the 11, especially when they know we don't have much to attack with. Like, we're so desperate. But that's okay, it works out for me. No grade 2s to dupe again, but we do have, I think at this point it's an Olivia turn, right? Should be an Olivia turn. It's a Medu turn. But then I'm like, wait, I'm not in Legion. So this is a big misplay. It doesn't do anything. It's just there. It's just there. It's no grade 2s. I don't need the counter charge. Should not have went into Medu. Literally anything is better than Medu. But it's okay. It's okay. We can live with our mistakes. They're gonna heal here. They did Legion back some heals. And we don't have any triggers, so we're not gonna worry. We have 4 PGs, so we're fine. They're gonna PG here. They don't have any Legions left because they only play 3 in the deck list. They showed, oh, they could. They Legion 1 back. Let's see what they did. Did they? No, they didn't. They didn't reride. They're just gonna swing. They're just gonna heal. We're gonna heal guard. We're gonna 13 PG. We're going to 22 PG. And then now we do have the Olivia turn, I think. We could also just Legion and then do PGs. Yeah, just do PGs. Just play it safe. Just put the 2 PGs back. Put some heals or whatever back. Maybe. We do have a bunch of grade 2 non-triggers in our deck, so I'm not worried about putting too many triggers. Putting the grade, yeah. I don't know. Should I put the grade 3s back? The heals might be better, bro. Come on. The heals. Put the heals back. No, I guess not. I guess not. I guess they just... Healing would have been maybe safer. I guess I was just afraid of decking out, but I don't know if I should be that afraid. We're gonna do the PG. We have 4 PGs. We're gonna call the grade 2, which will let us search the Enamuel. We're just gonna swing, ask for lethal. That's a PG, that's fine. We're gonna swing to face, because they're only at 5 cards left. So every single one, each card less in their deck is easier for us. They're gonna heal, they're gonna whip that because they're at 4. They're gonna draw. We have 4 PGs, 1 intercepts. They could attack into it with the Great, but I don't think that's a great call. They could go into Root Flare. They could go into Mustafa, but they chose not to. We're just gonna swing. So yeah, next turn we're just gonna ride Nemuel. We're just gonna do PG, and then that's game. That's game. Like, they asked for 2 PGs again. We're just gonna drop the 2 PGs, and then we're gonna loop. And that's basically the game. We're gonna re-ride. It's gonna Legion, and then we win. Nothing much to it. It's pretty simple, pretty straightforward. They're gonna draw. They have nothing better to do. And then that's it. Yeah, they have nothing left. We're just gonna swing, and then that's game. Yeah. So that's basically it. There's nothing much to it. Opponent didn't use Root Flares or anything. Drew too hard. It happens. That's game 5. That's game 5. It's a long game. 15-minute game. Alright, next game. This one was actually live on stream. At least the last 5 minutes of it. Different Fight and Kai. They commentated on this one. So if you're interested in watching their commentary instead, you can go watch that. This is a really disappointing game because I bricked really hard. But you will see. It's against OG Cardfighter, which ended up 7-1. So a very good player as well. It is a Bermuda Mirror, except they are going to be playing They're not going to be playing duels. Well, they're going to be playing Victoria, but not a Nemuel build. You know what's up, Vern? They're going to be playing the Kura. They're going to be playing the 10k booster, which I think is good as well. The good thing about not playing Nemuel is that you're not as reliant on having dual names in your grade 2 slots. So you can play arguably better stuff. Like Emilia is like a better Quaincy. Spica is a multi-attacker, which is very nice. Yeah, this match is on Twitch. We're gonna ride the Kura. We don't have grade 3s here. We don't have PGs. We don't have Rone. Did I mulligan for grade 3s? I did mulligan for grade 3s. Yeah. You see, I tried to mulligan for grade 3s. I was grade stuck on game 1. It's still tilting me to this moment. But just didn't draw into it, which really sucks. Turn off audio here. Nothing much here. Here, I'm really worried. Thank you, Evan. I'm really worried because I don't want to be behind on damage. And so I'm going to call out stuff. In hindsight, maybe taking the damage is better because we have like 9 draw triggers in our deck. Oh, there we go. We didn't come in. We have 9 draw triggers in our deck, which means that for every damage we take, we actually increase our odds of not getting grade stuck. So we want, we don't want to be grade stuck. They have their Rone, they're going to dupe the PGs. It's going to work out really well. We're not going to see the defensive. We see the Victoria though. That's nice. Loris is, it's less grindy. It's more straightforward as well. So yeah, playing the 7 resist just for this meta. So we're just going to call down the grade 2s. Hopefully we draw trigger into something because again, this is the only trigger we saw. But nothing at all. We can still stride and use the starter to draw. So I'm not too worried. I just want to make sure that we don't take too much damage, especially since we haven't seen a single PG yet. We haven't seen a single grade 2 yet. It's other grade 2 yet. It's rough. Loris gonna use the on hit. Somni just gonna try to push for damage, and then push. They're gonna heal. They're gonna push us. No defensive. We're gonna be pushed to 5. And I draw into grade 3s because that's what I was asked for. Be careful what you wish for, yes. We're gonna go into the Victoria, I think, hoping to draw into like a PG or something. In all honesty, maybe the Somni is better here. Should have went to the Somni because Victoria is still a bit RNG. Like you don't know what you're gonna top deck into, but at least Somni guarantees you that multi attack. 8 resist entropy. 8. Oh, it's 8. I can't count. Damn, counting hard. We're gonna whiff again, and here when I start to crumble. I remember I set up the harmony for the grade 3 here, but we're gonna keep drawing into grade 3s. So you can see it's not going well for us. I don't know what I'm gonna call. I'm gonna call out the grade 1, I guess, just to get the dupe. But then I forget that the harmony, you need harmony. You don't have harmony. I didn't set that up because I bounced into my hand. So that's a misplay here. Should have just Victoria to face to at least get the +1 through Kura. But I missed that. And luckily we did double heal. So that's pretty huge. But again, we don't have PGs. We don't have anything. No grade 2s at all. It's pretty rough. It's pretty rough. Reading is hard, yeah. And our opponent's gonna go into the Olivia, which is great because they have 4 Olivias, so they can afford to do this. Just go face, hold down the grade 3s to hit numbers, Spica. Just gonna push, hit 17, push, bounce the stuff to their hand, call stuff out. And if you have more Olivias, playing the 10k booster is nice because, well, you're more confident that you need to hit those numbers. You could be more confident using Olivia earlier onto the game. So the 10k booster can actually help you scale and hit those numbers you need. So we're just going to draw into the Nemuel. If you were on stream, this is what we started off with. This is what DF and Kai saw. It's a terrible hand. It's a terrible position. Tumelo, as long as you can read as a Yu-Gi-Oh player, you can't. Bro, don't do that to yourself, bro. You're pro Yu-Gi-Oh player. Pro Yu-Gi-Oh player. At least you know what the cards do. I need to like fucking like, what does this do? Like Yu-Gi Boomer this. We're gonna just put the heals back, put the draw back. Why read when you just click yes? True. It's your opponent's standby phase. Do you want to use Max C? Yes. Yes. Do you want to negate? Do you want to negate your own skill? Your player is drawing cards. Do you want to draw? Do you want to use your I forgot what it's called already. But yeah, we're just gonna Nemule. We're gonna Nemule into the Kura just so we have stuff to do. Just so we have numbers. Look, like, how do you win this? How do you win this? I don't know how you win this. It's terrible. This is a bad game. I'm breaking down. I'm like, what the heck? And Graham can't with DM Master Neo support sucks. Well, Neos? At least you get support. We're gonna heal trigger here, which is nice. We're gonna draw trigger here, which is nice. But again, like, what are we doing here? Like, what? Yeah, there's nothing we can do. You use Rota, Water Ash? Yes, we do. Master Duel. I think. Yeah, I saw that video. Yeah. They're gonna stride Olivia again, probably. Just Olivia, you know. Who needs Somni? Honestly, if I was poor, I'd be Somni here, but I guess just trying to go for game. They know how bad it is for us, and yeah, it's just, you know, calling down the heal. We have the heal defensive here, but it doesn't matter because Olivia gets extra crits. Extra crits very good. If you didn't know that yet, they're gonna heal as well. But we're gonna have a protagonist moment here. Look at this. Boom, heal, and then we're gonna be safe. We're gonna draw. Look at that. I'm drawing into grade 3s. We're very good at this. You know, at the beginning of the game, remember when we said we were afraid of bricking and not riding grade 3? Well, the game is like, yo, you want grade 3s? Here you go. Oh, you want grade 3s? Here you go. We're gonna draw into our mate, which is fine, but like, what can we really do? I guess we're gonna Olivia and try to go for game with them. But at this point, it's over. It's pretty much over. And what I want to show you is not how much I misplay. We're gonna just try to draw. Please draw into something. 1 PG, 2 PG, 3 PG, 3 PGs in a 10 card deck. We never saw them. We drew so much. We drew so much. We tried to dig deep into the deck. Quincy, yes. Starter, yes. Never saw into the PG. 3 PGs. Look, it doesn't even matter anymore. But look what the game tells me. Look what the game says. The game says, screw you, here's your 4th PG. I heard you were looking for it. There you go. So, on stream, the one game I got on Twitch, right? I don't stream on Twitch. The one game I got on Twitch, playing Bermudas, that is supposed to be duping the PGs. The 4 PGs in your hand. One game I got from Daddy Fight. We see all 4 PGs in that last turn. Just to punish this boy for playing Bermuda. So that's it. Feels bad, man. I wish I could play better, but how much better can we play? You know, how much better can we play? I don't know. Should I just get good? It's trash. Fitting ending for a Nemule. Is Numel the meme? Numel's the Pokemon, right? From Gen 3. Alright, we're going to be playing against TFP Pokemaniac. At this point, they're 6-1 as well. So, just 2 games left. I'm pretty done with it. Last game was Terrible. I don't know if you can see the stride deck. It honestly doesn't matter. It's 2 the Aces, 2 Mustafas, 2 Root Flares, 1 Mahmoud, and 1 of the Harmonics. And here, they play the Cross. So, the first Lacrosse player. I think the Cross is pretty good, but it's going to be a grinding game. It's 15 minutes. We're going to speed past this. They're going to be playing 4 Grom because why not? Play the Groms. Grom's good. Peppermint. Oh, is that not how you actually spell it? You just call it normally. It's N-E-M-U-E-L. Nemuel, not Numel. Numel is like the fire type from the Gen 3 Pokemon games. Alright, we did it! We have the PG, we have the Rone, we have the Nemuel. Feels good, man. Real ZBD, D-Cross is still a thing. I know it is, but it's a hard deck. You know, people don't like hard decks. People like free wins. You know, people like the MLBs of the world. And then when people play MLB against them, they hate the MLBs of the world. You know, people like the free Ws. Nobody likes to put effort these days. But the Cross is still a really stable deck. All jokes aside, the Cross, especially with the Grom unnerfed, very strong, very stable. It did still get nerfed quite a bit because you still need to discard one with the Cross's Legion skill, but it's not very big of a deal when you have 4 of the Groms open up. So yeah, too mellow. It's vibes. It's vibes, bro. Permit free win, good wins. Exactly, right? Like, oh, what? You need to play Vanguard 0 for like 6 turns for a win? Wait, I win on turn 4 with MLB crits. Yeah, it's just more efficient anyways. I do that when I'm busy. Prestige, you'd bring the Cross if only you had 1 copy of Mustafa and Root Flares are rotting. I have like 2 Root Flares and no Mustafas on global. On JP I have 3 Mustafas and no Root Flares, so I know how it feels. Yeah. Alright, this is, you know, Eurone clone the PG, opponents using their brain, but we have the Quincy's, which aren't really that big of a deal, because they can always just Legion and like, and restand. The good thing is at least it blocks off your opponent's Mustafa play. And them not being able to set up GB1 earlier on into the game means that they can't rely on Root Flare, right? They need to wait 1 turn before they can Root Flare. So, cloning on the Quincy is still a good play. I don't need to clone the Quincy, but having that 1 Quincy is still fine. Real ZBD, you're stuck at Legend 16. It's like day 2, day 3 of the season. Chill. You got plenty of time. You got plenty of time. They're gonna go into the Cross. Again, I think they overdrew. So for Kagero players, right? If you are playing against Bermuda Triangle, any players, just call down something in the back row. I promise you, mermaids don't bite. We don't attack the back row. It's fine. It's fine. I'd rather see that card in your hand than in your drop zone, unless you want to like Legion. But then at that point you could just overcall. So yeah, be careful. Count cards in hand. You can only have 9 cards, FYI. So get good, scrub. Like, I don't know if that 1 card's gonna make a big difference, but every card is gonna matter. Aquaforce has mermaids and they bite. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. Aquaforce bites. Aquaforce bites the back row. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Oh yeah, it is Messiah season. Guess people want it. On day 1, I was actually top 10 from playing, from testing Pale Moon. And then I was like, yeah, not gonna grind. I've done that once already for this this era, and I also just finished the tournament. I think my time is better off spent somewhere else. Grom, Legion, blah. I don't care. We stand, sure, whatever. They're gonna push us. That's fine. But 2, 4, 6, 7 cards in hand. That's fine. Okay, we're gonna heal. That's great. We're gonna heal twice. That's very good. And I think that double heal basically wins us the game, because then we can just start doing our stuff. We're just gonna Legion. We're just gonna dupe the PGs, and then we're just gonna push. Push to 5, and the next turn, if they heal, then we can Somni or something, or we can just ask for lethal with Nemuel skill. If they don't heal, then we can eventually transition into Olivia and try to go for game. Not having to resist means that their Mustafa is active, but that's fine. They're just gonna push us to 5. No, yeah, they're gonna push us to 5. That's fine. Defensive, very good with the trigger luck here. And yeah, we're just gonna see some triggers as well. We're gonna see some triggers as well. But at this point in the game, like, what are we trying to do? We have the PGs and whatnot. I guess we can stride. It's hard. Like, Madu, we're not Legioning. Oh, we're in Legion. We can Madu. I commend you. Real ZBD, you want the Messiahs for the fun? Oh, you haven't? You don't have 4 copies. The Messiahs are fun. Messiahs are fun. Strong. Nectaro needs to hit Vanguard, so it really doesn't matter here. We're just going to call grade 2s. And we're just going to swing. Gonna bop the starter, because we want to try to fetch into other grade 2s maybe. And having the resist by itself, again, evades the root flare. So that's something. That's something. That's something. Existential, it's only day 3. Legend 5 is good. Legend 5 is good. Herman, you honestly don't like the Rack Messiah art? I like the old art too. I like the old art too. They're gonna rewrite into the cross, they're gonna Legion, they're gonna do their stuff. Restand, attack, blah blah blah. We have PGs. So here we can choose to Legion back the PG to do PG, or we can stride into Olivia and go for game. And I think I'm gonna stride into Olivia and go for game. Olivia good. Like if you had 4, you would be playing 4, but I'm poor, so that's just how it is. Yeah, just there you go. Just call stuff out just so for the Olivia skill. I misplayed here. When you have a big hand size, prioritize selecting the cards that you want 100% in your hand first. Because here I think the grade 2 dies. Oh, the grade 2 doesn't die. Something else. I think it's a different game then. But here I guess I get to call this out, and then it has the... No, I'm not going to use the skill. It has the Harmony skill, but it doesn't matter because our opponent has defensives anyways. Which we know from their Conroe, I think. But anyways, you're going to stride, root flare, going to kill the grade 2. That's fine. It's fine. Just going to swing. Not going to commit anything, so I'm expecting a lot of defensive in their hand. That's 1 PG. That's 2 PGs in the bottom of the deck, though. So 10k can't hit anything. Numbers, math hard. Math hard. We're just going to Legion and loop PGs. Right, we're just going to loop PGs. And then that's basically game. I call it the PG just to ask for a game. Hit over that because I don't think they have any, yeah, they don't have any heals after this. And then, well, we're just trying to hit over the heal words. I don't know. I think it's unnecessary to call down the PG, but I guess it's to hit over those 6 damage shields in case they have it. But they do have the PG. So the bad thing is we didn't win this turn. The good thing is we're going to win next turn. We have 3 PGs. We have 1 heal guard. There's nothing they can do. So yeah, that's basically game. Yeah, that's basically so. Again, just be mindful about your resists. Don't waste your Mustafas when you only have 2 like that. Like I don't think the counter charge mattered that much to them. They should have just Mustafa'd and then Mustafa'd again. I think that could have definitely gave them an edge. But yeah, that's basically game. I think they could have played better, but they were a bit greedy with the counter charge with the Mustafa. Did it matter overall? It doesn't matter when we don't brick, I guess. And we are able to play around the root flares. So yeah, play forward root flares if you have it, I guess. That's the moral of the story. And last game against Aquaforce. So you see Aquaforce doing really well. Who mentioned Magnum Assault? Who mentioned Magnum Assault? Was it Peppermint? So yeah, Magnum Assault here, you can see it's doing work. It's doing work. They have a little bit weird of a grade 1 lineup with 2 of the 10k beaters and 1 of the 7+5 and 2 of the draws. Not sure about that. Playing the resist starter, I guess, and everything else is pretty fair. So this game is 7 minutes. It's a really quick one. We're gonna go second, which feels good, which means that they don't strike first. We have 2 PGs. We're just gonna put 1 back in the deck and we can loop it anyways since we have Nemuel. So yeah, Real ZBD, you might have better luck this afternoon when you switch decks over. Maybe. Hopefully. On tilts. So they're gonna ride the 7k, we're gonna ride the 7k. I ride the Stride Fighter instead of the Grade 3 Searcher because this might be more of a loopy game. We see 1 PG in the damage. We're gonna ride the Rone, we're gonna do the PG. I see 2 PGs in the damage and 2 in our hand. And we're gonna ride the Nemule. Are we gonna stride? I guess we're gonna stride. We can stride Nectaria or something. Yeah, Nectaria, just dupe the PG. Feels good. No problem. And no defenses, feels bad. But that's basically it. You know, they don't have the units to pressure me. They're not seeing the draw triggers. And then we just do our thing. We just go into Olivia here at this point. Like, we're at 4 damage. We have so many PGs in our hand from Nectaria and Rone. I don't even need to Legion. And we're just gonna swing for game. And then just multi-attack, and then that's it. And that's it. Yeah, that's it. So, super simple game. Goes to show that even without Legion, Bermuda is still a really good deck. Olivia, strong card. Play 4 if you have it. And that's basically it. So, that is all. That is all for me. I guess some concluding remarks is this was a 6-hour event. It's a long game. It's a long day. If you are planning to play the second qualifiers, I would definitely suggest practicing with or against Bermuda, because it's going to be really popular, especially since it's got showcased a lot. Learn to play against Aquaforce as well. I would be less wary of Narukami and Kagero, because I feel like people think they don't work, even though they are still really good. Play and learn how to play. Yeah, I'm going to keep that one to myself because I might use it for the finals. But I mentioned them enough in this video. Pale Moon's good. Pale Moon's good. Play Pale Moon. And yeah, so for the finals, I'm expecting... Oh, so thank you, Bevermint. Appreciate it. Have a good day. Have a good day. So for the last 16 of you, for my plans for the finals, it is a best of 3 format. It's a 3 deck to 1 ban, I believe. So it is going to be slightly different than this best of 1. I am definitely going to be bringing Bermuda. I'm playing around with Pale Moon and Revengers and Royal Paladin. So these are the 4 clans in my mind right now that are the most consistent, that I can win without really thinking about it. Like, these decks are pretty, like, you can still do stuff if you go first, which feels good. Kagero is also a good pick that I'm feeling. But I do want to see if I can pull 4 Root Flares before I bring it. But yeah, the finals is also going to be a G-Set 4 meta. So some other decks that I've good experiences with on JP includes like Gear Chronicles, Messiahs, I feel are going to be really good. Especially when I can ban Bermuda, I think Messiahs could definitely put in the work. So that's basically how it is. I have 6 clans in mind right now. Need to whittle it down to 3 for the finals. So let me know if you have any thoughts or suggestions. But right now, feeling really good with Bermuda. I have a good practice with it. Revengers are really consistent, for sure. You have your draws, you have your multi-attacks, you have your retires. I'm having a good time with them. I wish I had more Diablos though. I definitely wish I had more Diablos. So that is my one thing, my one gripe. I think Revengers has been dwindling in popularity on JP ever since, I think, the most recent tournament. They only had 1 showing, but I think they're good because, like, with a lot of Granblue in the meta, or some Pale Moon here and there, decks that don't have sticky units on the board, Diablo's Guard Restrict is more often going to be proccing than not. So I definitely think that people are underestimating them, and I do look forward to playing more and seeing if I should bring them. So that's basically it for this this little recap. Been talking for almost 2 hours now. So let me know if you have any questions before we end this off. Hopefully we do a normal stream just to shoot the shit and play some games, maybe do some rank. Right now I am working on the Murakumo clan event, so hopefully I can show Magatsu. Someone asked for that. Working on Cecilia because someone requested that. Working on some other Fighters Collection stuff. Hope we can do more of those because those are fun decks. And Mega Colony is one that I really want to do, but nobody asked for it, so I'm putting that on the back. Pale Moon I really want to do. but Different Fight just did it, so I don't really want to do that as well. But yeah, if you enjoyed the stream, thank you so much. And I'm glad you liked it. Like the video if you enjoyed it. Subscribe if you haven't already. Thank you so much to these two, Nova Grappler and Tumelo, for being members of the channel and helping us. Megatsu Epic. Yeah, Megatsu. I wanted to play Megatsu and JP. It's just I don't have the old stuff, so I do need the stuff. Luckily, I do have like all the Murakumo stuff on global. I love Murakumo. I love the aesthetics. I love the multi-attack. Is it that good in this game? Very questionable. Very questionable. But I think they're fun. And sometimes I'm just here to be fun. Oh my gosh! Thank you, Real ZBD, for being a member. Wow. Really appreciate that. Where did that come from? Bro, thank you so much, man. That means a lot to me. If you have me on Discord or whatever, send me a little pic so we can add you onto this this little setup here. I could put you in this corner, this corner right there, so we could have you. But thank you so much, man. Really appreciate it. And hopefully we can do more of these. Hopefully we could get to the requests, because Musketeers, fun, but I'm still figuring it out. I'm still having more success with Elvira rather than Cecilia. But yeah, gonna try to do more stuff out here. I really appreciate the support from everyone. And thank you so much again. Thank you so much, everyone, and thank you so much to the members especially. It means a lot. Okay, so I guess that's it for me today. Gonna try to do another video so I can upload maybe tomorrow or the day after. And I hope to see you all soon. Bye. Thank you. I will add that to the layout as soon as possible. Appreciate it. And yeah. Mish feels bad. Go watch the replay. It automatically uploads itself after I'm done. Mia, yeah, Machikara as well. But we basically went over the 8 games that we had, some thoughts and some suggestions. If you are going to the second qualifier or the finals as well, just some games and some tips, because especially if you don't play Bermuda yourself, if you want to play Bermuda, I think it's good to just look over some of the plays and misplays I made. If you don't play Bermuda, I think it's good to kind of hear some of the weaknesses that it has and some decks that could potentially counteract them. And I think Pale Moon is the one to take the crown. So that's basically it. Thank you so much, everyone. Stay safe and have a good day.